What's good in the whole YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing you guys another video on Morphicon. This video will be on Morphicon 2020. For those who don't know, Morphicon is a biannual event that happens, as you can tell based on the word biannual, every 2 years. This event is one that has the most Power Rangers actors in one place at one time. It has awesome panels, Ranger actors, monster actors, suit actors, voice actors, you name it, all showing up at one place at one time, typically in California. Morphicon has been going around since 2007. Aside from the first convention, it's always been a biannual experience. The first one was the exception due to the fact that they weren't sure if they were going to do more than one Morphicon, but they decided that they were going to keep it going. And once 2010 happened, it continued to be a biannual thing, where 2012 happened, 14, 16, and now 18. And now they've already confirmed 2020 is going to be officially happening. This is important for a number of reasons. Why is this important that we already know Morphicon 2020 is happening for a fact? Because Morphicon in past years has been a situation where we typically don't know till about almost a year prior to the actual convention happening. Meaning that if you go back to 2017, I believe we didn't know till around July or even June, if not even really close to August of 2017, that Morphicon 2018 was going to happen for sure. It was more or less so, I think it's going to happen, but there's nothing that says with absolute certainty that it's going to happen. Then things changed when the official confirmation happened and people were getting ready to hear about ticket prices, how things were going to work for Morphicon 2018, and then we were able to know for sure that yes, it's happening, and we have something to look forward to as Power Rangers fans and as Morphicon fans. For me, this was my third Morphicon that I went to this past weekend, but for some people, they either have not been to one or this was their first one. So it is good to know for certain that it is happening, and in past years it's always been a debate as to whether or not another one will happen, even though most people have this presumed expectation as to the fact that it will happen due to the fact that it continues to occur. But if you've heard I've heard in the past from Realm, the person that is the main guy who gets all these amazing actors to show up to the convention, and also from Scott Zoner, that it's always been a hard thing to say for certain because of attendance, because of several different things, making sure that the convention's even able to happen, just running different things. It's always been not a simple thing to make happen each time. Even though they give themselves a lot of time to get things in order, it's still always a bit of a struggle at times. So with this one being confirmed so quickly, it makes things seem like they're really sure of themselves, they're really confident, the numbers really showed well for this Morphicon, and there's enough here for them to say, hey, we're going to keep going and we have no plans to stop right now. So as far as other things go, what does this mean as well? First of all, one big thing that a lot of people were wondering about was Hasbro. Hasbro, for those who don't know, just took over the Power Rangers franchise. They're now in charge of the toy license and also in charge of the show, meaning that they have a lot of control. And some were suspecting with this change in control that Hasbro may decide to stop Morphicon. But Hasbro was featured very heavily at Morphicon, and in general, it sounds like, if they're willing to say for certain that Morphicon is happening, that means that Hasbro agrees that they want to keep going and there's no plans to stop. On top of that, Morphicon Express was announced, which was another thing that really shows that there is enough desire for this convention to continue to happen. Morphicon Express is going to be a smaller situation than Morphicon, in the sense is that it's going to be one that's going to be a traveling Morphicon, where you'll have fewer actors. It could be 10, could be 15, could be 20, maybe 30 actors that show up to these smaller conventions. They'll go city to city, and they'll be going around to several different cities. It's not clear as to whether or not they're limited to the United States. I'm imagining it will mainly, at least for the start, be in the United States, but it could go out of the country. We'll have to wait and see. But in general, what the big advantage with that one is that it draws even more people into the bigger convention. By having this Power Morphicon Express thing happen, what it allows for is more people that maybe have never experienced Power Morphicon to get a taste, to get a feel, to get a sense of what Power Morphicon is all about, and see it on a smaller scale, so that way they're even more excited to go to the real big thing that a lot more people will be showing up, whether it be actors, guests, Ranger fans, you name it. It will be even bigger, and there will be their chance to really get a sense of what it's all about, and maybe, if I enjoyed it this time, why not go next time? Also, again, as I said before, this one was super highly attended, and this led to a lot of problems with line situations because they probably expected not as many people as they got, or they did expect this, but they just didn't know how to handle it properly. Who knows? But the thing is that it clearly shows that there's a lot of interest here. In fact, I overheard a conversation with Chip Lynn and Scott Zoner that sort of sounded like Chip really was in favor of the convention situation and really was pleased with their choice of Anaheim Convention Center, and they think that it's a great thing, which is very exciting. Chip Lynn, for those who do not know, is in charge of a lot of the directing and everything like that for Power Rangers Ninja Steel, as well as more so the writing especially, the writing for it. So he's done that in several other really well-known seasons. But I overheard a conversation, and I actually got to speak to Chip a little bit, so that was kind of nice. And just in general, it was a good time. But it is good to know that this is official. I definitely will be attending Power Morphicon 7. That is one thing that I guarantee. Power Morphicon Express, I'm definitely looking into going to at least one or two of them, if not more, next year if they come nearby me. Again, for me, I live in the New Jersey area, so it's on the East Coast, and what that means is that I'm looking for anything that's on the East Coast, especially stuff that's like within a 6 to 8 hour driving distance. I could go further, possibly, but I'm mainly trying to go 6 to 8 hours tops. If I have to go any further, it will really depend on the event and time of year. I know for a fact that the first Power Morphicon Express is happening early April of 2019, so I have that to keep in mind. But as more details come up, I'll have a better idea as to which conventions and which Power Morphicons I'll be interested in going to. Again, the main Power Morphicon for me is the main one that I plan on going to and making my priority for, but the smaller ones, especially if they hit New York, if they hit New Jersey, if they hit Pennsylvania, if they hit maybe even Virginia, Maine, Massachusetts, Connecticut, you name it, those kind of places, you never know. I might be showing up, and if you're interested in meeting up with me, hanging out at Power Morphicon Express, or even at the main Power Morphicon, I will definitely look into it and see if I am available and if I can do it, because you never know. It could be a really good time, and I definitely planning on going to Power Morphicon Express at least a couple of times, hopefully next year and hopefully in the year after that. And as long as Power Morphicon Express is happening, I'll be looking as well for Power Morphicon Express opportunities and Power Morphicon, the main convention itself. So that's about it for me, guys. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to know your guys' opinions about Power Morphicon 2020. Will you be attending? If so, what things are you looking forward to seeing in 2020? Do you think that Beast Morphers will last 2 seasons and that in 2020 they will confirm the next season and we will get to see the actors from that one? Or do you think that 2019 will be Beast Morphers and then we'll move into a brand new season? How do you think it will work? Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'd love to know your guys' opinions about all this and more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, guys, I'm Crazy Samurai 1, and goodbye, guys.